Hi, I'm Claudia Braun with Living Mindfully Health Coaching. I am live, and today I am in the midst of a Facebook challenge. We are on day 21, and I'm really excited to be talking to you and coming to you from Bend, Oregon. So it's absolutely beautiful here. And I have a passion for working with women who struggle with stress, emotional eating, and yo-yo dieting, helping them to create the bodies and life that they love. And today I wanted to talk about authentically being you. As I'm out here and traveling and realizing we each have this opportunity to step into our most authentic way of being, and how many opportunities there are for us to step away from that and not live in that way, and because of what we think others will think, or because we're scared to, it's hard to show up in the way that is us, and how much being a conformist is kind of applauded and how when we do that we really give up that uniqueness of who we are and allowing ourselves to really shine and put who we are out into the world. And I was thinking how much that affects our eating, how much that affects how we take care of ourselves, and especially with food, because I just feel like food is such a great barometer for how well are we taking care of ourselves, how well are we showing up. And when we're not being authentic, it's pretty hard to take care of ourselves, and our food is going to show it, and it's going to, have us eating in ways that we don't prefer, or eating quantities that we don't prefer, because we're covering up how we actually feel instead of actually voicing, how we do feel, or being the person who maybe is a little, we each have these ways that can be quirky or odd or whatever, but it's us. And I feel like the more that we embrace that, the more our food also reflects that as well. And so I really want to give you an opportunity to check in with you, and how are you being in this authentic way of being you, and when you're not, how is what you're eating, what you're drinking affected? Is it okay for you to ask for what you need? Is it okay for you to say what you prefer? And sometimes it can even be around food, it can be uncomfortable or not feel acceptable to be eating differently than other people around us, or making choices that we think other people will have judgment on, and so we don't do it, and so how is it that you are taking care of yourself? How is it that you are authentically showing up for you in what you eat, in what you prefer, and how you're doing your life? And if you're not, is that undermining your success? Because we're each here to do something really unique. And when we don't do it, it comes out in all different kinds of ways. We find ourselves over drinking, overeating, over medicating ourselves, watching too much TV, doing things that numb us out. And so the more you can really be authentically you, being your, expressing your preference, the more you make choices that reflect that. And so I want you to really, acknowledge that you have a unique presence, a unique voice, and the more you pay attention to your intuitive knowing, share it, express it, the more you, make choices in your life that feel more congruent, eating differently, or making different choices about what you drink, about how you spend your time. And so all of these things really contribute to, the fuller picture of you. So I really admire your ability to keep showing up. And I know for me, for such a long time, I didn't feel like it was okay to say how I felt. I really wanted to fit in. I really wanted people to like me. I really wanted people to approve of what I was doing. And so it made it very difficult for me to fully show up and fully take care of myself. And And I know that the more that you show up for you, and the more that you are willing to step out of your comfort zone and say to people what you really want to say, or express yourself in the world the way you want to express yourself, the more it comes full circle. It's reflected in what you're eating, it's reflecting in what you're doing. And so I don't think that we can compartmentalize ourselves and be, one way, this way. If it's not congruent with us, it's going to show up somewhere. So my encouragement for you is to give yourself permission to authentically show up for you and see what happens and see if things shift. And if you're already doing that, well, then I applaud you. But I know for me it was really a challenge, and it took work, and it took time and consistency. And I know today I'm feeling really very fortunate. I'm out in Oregon, and I was out sitting at the pool, and I watched all these little kids and, doing what they do. And this one little girl said to me, the boys make fun of me, and she was singing. And I thought, good for you to be singing. I just loved her energy. And there was a bee that is circling me. But I just loved her vibrancy, and I just said, good for you. And she's like, they make fun of me. But she's like, I don't care, Then they asked me to swim with them. And so, how are you at just, singing your song as you walk down the street, dancing, or whatever it is that you do, eating the way that you need to eat, making time for yourself in the way that you need to make time, that is about you, is important for you, and whether it fits in or not, it doesn't matter. It's important is that it actually feeds you and your soul. So that's really what I want to say to you today. And if you're challenged in doing that, I know that there is a way out, and it does not have to be that way. So I have a passion for working with women to change their relationship with eating, their body, and their life. And if you are somebody who right now is struggling and could use some support and could use some guidance on how to step out of what you're currently doing, I would love to offer you a session to begin to make different choices and to help you create a roadmap to doing something different. So bye for now, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hope you have a great night.